here with your Sunday Ask Susan Sunday Live, the place to be every Sunday for whatever's popping for you. And what's popping for me today is, are you destroying your awareness? Weird question, right? Maybe not. Let's just wait for a few seconds for the algorithms to kick in, for people to know that, hey, Shalini, that we are going live. I love it. Hello, hello. When you pop on, tell us where you're from. We have an international community here. So grateful for everybody popping on. Hey, Maureen, how's it going? Yay. Big topic today. Lots going on in the world. As we all know, people have been writing me saying, hey, I feel so uncomfortable. What's going on? And my question is, what are you aware of? So that's where we're going to be playing today. And I love it when you write in with the questions. It's just changes everything. So again, if you know of an Ask Susan member who should be on here, who's been complaining, what the hell's going on? Tag them, tell them to get on in here. Yeah. And for those of you who are asking your friends, hey, do you know about Ask Susan? And you're telling them to come on in. Hey, Patricia, they actually do have to fill out the 3 questions that we ask. It's really important to be present with who's coming in and who's not coming in. So we don't have any bots, we don't have any scammers, we don't have any weird people who are actually not interested in consciousness. So that's why I have the 3 questions to ask people when they ask to be part of the Ask Susan community. So if you have friends that say, hey, I don't know why Susan didn't let me in, ask them, did you pop in with those 3 questions? Did you give her the responses that actually show that you're not a weirdo, or, well, we love weirdos, that you're not a robot or a scammer? So, yeah, hey, Janet, welcome, welcome. So, once again, this is Ask Susan Sunday Live, the place to be every Sunday, and we're going to dive right in. Hey, Erica, welcome, welcome. The question is, are you destroying your awareness? Which actually is not possible, right? There's an expression, choose it or lose it. So awareness is, right? Awareness is. Now it's how you relate to your awareness, how you be with your awareness that actually changes everything. Hey, Vanessa, welcome. Awareness is, so you can be aware of something. Wow, there's a heaviness in the air. There's a yumminess in the air. There's somebody tugging at me. There's something I'm aware of. There's something I'm aware of. So when you bump up against that sense of, what the hell is this? What's going on? Or what's going on with my business? What's going on with my body? What's going on with my being? What's going on with my relationship? Stop and ask, is there something that you're aware of here? Hey, Pity, that you haven't acknowledged? Right? Is there something I'm aware of here that I haven't acknowledged? You know, there's been lots going on the planet this week. And every morning I wake up and it's kind of like, what the hell? And so I start to ask questions. What is this? Is there some awareness? You know, you can be aware of somebody from the other side of the world tugging at you. It could be an animal. It could be the ocean. It could be the forest. It could be, you know, whatever that entity is. When you're aware, you're aware. You cannot not be aware. What we tend to do is to block those awarenesses because we're taught to figure things out. Does that make sense to you that you're aware? How many of you were told something like that? Hey, Lola. How many of you were told, that, notice it's not a question, how many of you were told, how do you know that? Which means you can't possibly know that. Or does that make sense to you? Which means you have to say it in a way that makes sense to them. So at what age did you cut off acknowledging your awareness to fit into your family, to meet other people's needs, to fit into the school, right? One of my kids is, you know, I have 4 brilliant, wonderful children, and one of them figured out how to distress the teacher, so she would put him in those days they had cloakrooms, and then he played his Nintendo, because he was so smart he did the work ahead of time. And so he was able to kind of go into her universe and mess with her, which disturbed her. So she sent him to the cloakroom, which he took out his Nintendo machine out of his backpack and played there for the next hour. Right? So everywhere, thank you, Lola, everywhere you've twisted your awareness into something else, a wrongness, an uncomfortableness. Oh, I got a thumbs up on that. Yeah. Would you be willing to give that up now? That's what this Ask Susan is all about. So this is not a dialogue or a monologue. It's a conversation. Come on in with your questions. I love it. Hey, Margarita. I love it when you come in with your conversations. Hey, Hannah, welcome, welcome. Somebody on the Ask Susan Facebook said, how do I have gratitude for me? And how is that possible? And I wrote back, what's your awareness, right? Gratitude is, awareness is. So when you ask a question that has your knickers in a twist, there's, that's an old-fashioned expression, right? That has you like, what the hell? How can I have gratitude for me when all this is going on? Stop, right? Do you get the energy of that? That's like you're creating your own treadmill. Hey, Margot, welcome. You're creating your own treadmill, so stop and ask a question. Wow, what am I aware of here? You know, how many of you were taught at a very young age that to be grateful for you was to be selfish? Hey, Mary. Like that would be like me saying, I'm too Susan-ish. Well, I am Susan-ish. Right? So again, what awarenesses, hey, Lori, what awarenesses are you having with this information when somebody says something to you about your awareness? Do you see how we reframe ourselves, we retrain ourselves at a very young age in order to fit into the culture we've chosen, the family we've chosen, the schools we've chosen, the religion we've chosen, right? And it actually doesn't work for you. There's a difference between talking to what people can hear and buying what you're saying is true and real, right? I'll repeat that. There's a difference between talking to what people can hear. Oh, what do they require of me? Does it work for me? Yes or no, right? What awareness do I have here? How can I manipulate this to my advantage? And actually believing that you can't, that you don't, that you aren't. Yeah. Margot says being aware was being self-obsessed. Exactly, right? How many of you were actually encouraged to discover you, to discover your body, to discover what colors you like, to discover what foods turn you on. Hi, Yvonne. I love that, Margot, absolutely. You know, for the most part, we were told what to wear, what to eat, when to eat, how to be, what money was or wasn't. We were sold this whole bunch of realities that had nothing to do with the innate being that we truly be. Is this making sense? Let me see some thumbs up, yeses, nos, questions. Are we on the right lane here? It just occurred to me this week how many people are actually destroying their awareness of, oh, I got some thumbs up, yay, and some hearts, thank you, thank you. I need to know what's happening in your world. Yeah, cool, 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 awesome, thank you, thank you, thank you. So come on in with your questions, you know. Even today, I'll give you an example for myself. Lots of hearts, yay. I'll give you an example. I've been watching different things, how different people are playing, how they're working, and all of a sudden I saw somebody who was like, oh, she's speaking over here and she's speaking over there, and I'm like, oh yeah, I should be doing that. Notice there's no awareness, there's no gratitude, there's no acknowledgement. Whenever you hear yourself saying, I should be doing something, right? Yes, Mary says, program from their realities. Cool, cool, cool. Whenever you have that point of view, it doesn't actually work for you. Oh, that kind of rhymes. Wherever you have that point of view, it doesn't work for you. And so I actually was with myself and I'm like, wow, whose reality are you buying into? Can you actually acknowledge and be grateful with the awarenesses and appreciate what other people are creating without having to buy it as a less than for you? Right? And I was talking about it with Ricky and I said, you know what, I just going out and picking blueberries at 6:30 in the morning before the sun comes up, it just opens me entirely. It's like my own little meditation. Right? I'll have that. And what else is possible? Right? So for the person that wrote in and asked about how can I be grateful for me, and I asked, what are you aware of? Well, what are you aware of that is you, that is that specialness of you? You know, everywhere you decided that you have to duplicate somebody else in order to have gratitude for you. Do you want to give that up? Please. Oh, there's lots of questions coming in. I love it. I love it. I love it. Janet, how can I change that now? I'm tired of fitting into others' limitations. Cool. So Janet, here's the deal. I love that. What awareness do you have of who you be, what you be, and how you be? Are you willing to just be in gratitude? Are you willing to acknowledge how you create? Because then it's not about fitting into somebody's limitations. It's not even about judging those as limitations. You see, when you say, how can I fit into their limitations? The bottom line is it doesn't work for you. You know, we have that wonderful tool. Does this work for me? Yes or no? It's not a limitation. It's their choice, right? Yeah. So when we decide how can I fit into somebody's limitations or what limitations are, we're putting ourselves in polarity rather than being totally present. Pardon me. Totally present with what is. Janet said thank you. Cool, cool, cool. Lola says yes, please. Okay. Good. Thank you, Janet. Thank you. Sorry, I still got this going. Shalini, this week is every day a new change. Sometimes being in gratitude seems a mountainous job. Okay, so again, grateful for the air that I breathe. Right? Like we're taught we have to be grateful for the big things, or we either succeed or we lose, or I'm not grateful for... No. Right? How many of you were given something and you didn't smile the right kind of approval and somebody said, you're not grateful, right? You're never grateful for anything I do. That has nothing to do with you, right? Gratitude for the sun shining on my face today. Gratitude for the blueberries coming from the trees. Gratitude for the walk on the grass and my body receiving from the planet, right? Baby steps, right? Baby steps. Yeah, Shalini, let me know if that works for you. And for everybody, you know, gratitude it's like, are you grateful for the air that you breathe? Are you grateful for your lungs and your heart? When you wake up in the morning, you go, oh, thank you, body. Thank you. How can we play today? Right? Gratitude is being in question. Gratitude is not an end zone. Again, oh, I got a thumbs up on that. How many of you I remember my mom, you know, coming in from school as a teenager and my mom wanting to kind of please me. And she said, look, I bought you these beads. And I kind of looked at them and I'm like, oh, thanks. And she blew up, right? So how many of us were taught, unless we show gratitude, oh, thank you so much. Right, oh, I got a thumbs up on that. Or unless you actually give of yourself in a way that's punitive to prove to somebody you're grateful. Ouch. That seems to be ringing for a lot of people. You see, there's no awareness there of what is this? What can I do with this? What's required here? What's required? Like, how can I use all of this to my advantage? Yeah. Cool. Lola, wow, amazing awareness. Be grateful for my own awareness and creation. Absolutely, yes. Hi, Sangeeta. Margot, what does it require of me being connected with the awareness I am with intense ease? What does it require of me being connected with the awareness I am with intense ease? Well, so everywhere you decided it has to be intense. And I love that, Margot. Thank you so much, because that's kind of what we're talking about. That, you know, gratitude is the end zone. Consciousness is the end zone. You are, right? So you are connected. Awareness is, right? So it's like relax. Play with your breath, right? See how that is with your body. Start with your breath. Start with being. So we are connected. We can't not be connected. It's what we do with that connection that creates the intensity of awareness. And sometimes we are so intensely connected that it feels like we're being burned by our awareness. Take a breath. Go for a walk. Change it up, right? And start asking some questions. Is this mine? What is this? Oh, I was so intensely uncomfortable and bummed out. And then, you know, a whole part of Russia burned up. What was I aware of before it was even happening, right? How many people were shot and killed in the United States this past 48 hours, 24 hours? What were you aware of, right? There's an intensity of awareness there. You've got to start asking, what is this? Is this mine or somebody else's? Oh, I got a thumbs up on that. Is this mine or somebody else's? What am I aware of here, right? Past, present, or future? Yeah. So again, Margot, let me know how that stands for you. Lola, yes. Janet, beautiful. Shalini, I hear that so much. Lola, grateful for every change we create. That's not right or wrong. Absolutely. Shalini, yeah, being told you're not grateful. Wow, that's amazing. Gratitude is a question. When somebody tells you what you are not, thank you so much. Interesting point of view. Thanks for the information about you. When somebody tells you something about you, they're actually talking about their own perspective about you, their judgment about you, right? Interesting point of view. Thanks for the information about you. Everything is just information, right? That's all it is. Hey, Paula, welcome, welcome. Oh, shucks. Sorry, I've got an elastic band and all kinds of stuff. Gratitude of easy, right? Is gratitude sort of easy? Yeah, no, well, yes, gratitude is, right? It's not that it's hard or easy. We've been told not to be grateful. We've been told we're not grateful enough. We bought other people's expectations of what gratitude is. So it's not that it's easy or hard. It just is. Gratitude is, right? Oh, Janice says, love it. Paula says, hi, amazing movement. Oh, thank you, Paula. Thank you, thank you. Hi, babe. Yes, the questions help. Thanks, Margot. Fabulous. Thank you. Says, okay, Lola, wow. Thank you for the information about you. You're so welcome. Yeah, I mean, every day, right? Gratitude is not something in a box you take out. You know, oh, wow, so cool. That's a huge awareness. How many of you were taught you have to earn somebody's gratitude? Yikes. Do you want to give it up? Margot, thank you. Lori, I love an interesting point of view. Yeah, it has really helped deal with judgments from others as well as myself. Absolutely. It's just an interesting point of view. 10 seconds, right? Huh, that's an interesting point of view. By the way, if you want to manipulate somebody and they go at you, just be quiet, be present, breathe, and just say to them, wow, thank you so much. That's such an interesting point of view. All they want to do is be acknowledged for being right. And that they look at you like, wait a minute, there's a trick here, isn't there? And be gratitude for that awareness. Yeah. Lola, thank you for this awareness. Your great contribution. Oh, thank you, Lola. Thank you so much. Hey, Kimberly, how's it going? Good morning. So, how's this for everybody? Let me give me a heads up or a thumbs up or a heart, or do you have any more questions about this? It's awareness is, you know, we are walking awareness. Our body is covered in thousands of millions and trillions of cells that have us be aware. Oh, it's cold, it's hot, right? We are connected to that. We are not separate from that. Can I say that again? I don't know what I just said, Janet. Ask me. Cool. Lola says, oh, great contribution. Thank you. We are connected to everything, right? We are not separate from our body. Oh, I got lots of hearts. We have awarenesses of everything. Awareness of, I'm hungry. Who does that belong to? Is that mine? Okay, yeah, I am. Cool. What would I like, body? What would you like to eat, right? I'd love to have sex today. So what could that look like? We're connected to everything. It doesn't mean we have to do anything about it. We have these awarenesses, right? We are an awareness of awareness unit. That's who we be. Right? So awareness is. So my question for you is, would you be willing to stop destroying your awareness, stop throwing it away, and start stepping into all of it and start asking questions? Lola, in my profession, I need to listen, to everyone's point of view. Cool. And you don't have to buy any of it as true or real. You know, I'm a coach, Lola, so I'm totally present with what people are asking for, right? And it's all a point of view, right? And for the most part, people are hiring you, Lola, for your point of view. Paula, I have a question. I just realized I turn myself down when I am with my husband. Cool. So what's your awareness? Is that past, present, or future? You know, there's so many questions to ask about that. You know, what age did you start turning yourself down? At what age were you told to turn yourself down? At what age were you complicit with somebody's request of you to change for them? You know, as little children, little sexual beings, how many of us were told, don't be aware of your sexualness. Sexualness, loving, giving, nurturing, is not just touching, right? How many of us were told, don't be that sexual, right? So again, what are you aware of? And who are you turning yourself down from? That's a whole other conversation, right? Yeah. How many of us are aware of somebody else's awareness of where they're not willing to go sexually? And then you take it on as your problem. It's just an awareness. You have to be in the question. Paula said, wow, thank you, Paula. Cool. Yay, thanks, Paula. Thanks for asking that. Lola says, ego. Using awareness and not, okay, I don't know what WGO9 is, okay? You're speaking your own little language here, sorry. And not whatever that means. Yeah, it's just about being aware. Are you willing to step into your awareness with no judgment, no separation, no projection, right? No identity, right? It's just an awareness, right? Another awareness I had this week, it's like, oh, I've been, instead of just asking myself what would create the greatest amount of possibilities, and I wonder what this could create, I've been going back and forth with two choices. And both choices create amazing results. Both choices create growth. So it's more like, in this 10 seconds, what's in my lane? How does it add to the future I'm asking to create? And choosing it. Bam. Right? That's an awareness. Right? How many of you are stopping yourself from choosing because you have to figure out what you're aware of? Yikes. Janet, how by not being overwhelmed by my own awareness? Janet, I love you. Okay, cool. Overwhelmed means I need information. That's all it is. Right? Somebody, oh, you're just overwhelmed. Generally, you just require information. Right? Overwhelm is not a wrongness. So, what information do I need with this awareness? You know, for myself, the awareness came about 24 hours later. Oh, you know, the size of Belgium is burning up in Russia in these forests, and they're not doing anything about them. And I was so aware of all the live creatures that were dying in the forest, that were being burned up. Can I do anything about it? Absolutely not. Could I send them healing energy? Sure. Right? Can I like create a different space and place for those entities who died in the fire to like choose something greater? Absolutely. Right? Yeah. Oh, good. I got thumbs up on that one. Yep. So when you decide you're overwhelmed, ask yourself, is there information I require here? It's that simple. Yeah. Cool, cool, cool. Paula says, wow. Margot, I was aware of as a young girl, I was led to believe I was awkward and full of shows. Now I realize I just was. It doesn't open. Yeah. Well, me too. You know, I was 5'8.5" and, you know, quite round for most of my young girl life, right? Going into puberty, and it was like, you're too much, you're too big, you're too much, you're too much. Well, cool, interesting point of view. That's a point of view. And man, I'm going for it now. I'll have too much and more, right? So turn it around. Turn it around, right? What's your awareness? Turn it around. Yeah, how many people just felt they had to deal with your too muchness? Oh well, interesting point of view. I'll have that. Cool. How potent are you that people have to judge you? Pretty amazing. Yay. Kimberly, stop laughing, stop being happy. Yeah, me too. The awareness of bitterness. And that's their bitterness. Good for you, Kimberly. Yeah, my mom said, what is so funny, when my brother and I would laugh at the table? What is so funny? Yeah. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Yay, Hart and Vesna. Hi, Lola. They're hiring me because of your awareness. Absolutely. How can I use my awareness to my advantage? How many other people would like to play with me? Right? We just started the 90 Days of Change. We'll be doing another one in September. And it's amazing what's popping up. And it's amazing the vulnerability and the change. And we're all using all of this information to our advantage to create the changes in our lives that we're asking for. Absolutely. Yeah. Vesna, hello. Jocelyn, welcome. Jane, thanks for the required information. My pleasure. Karen Wong, hi. Lori, I'm often told I'm just too much. Absolutely you are, honey. Paula, I love the conversation. A big contribution to me. Mwah, thanks, Paula. You know what? Anybody that tells you too much, bye-bye. It's like, yeah, are you willing for people to be uncomfortable? Right? What awareness do you have of you know, making your footprint in your life, in your world, and are you willing to be that footprint? Right? So when people are saying, I'll have what she's having, I'll have what Lori's having. What is that? I'll have what Lori's having. Are you willing to be that different? Right? Yeah. Lori says, I realize lowering my barriers really helps. Absolutely. It totally does. And that's the jewel of awareness. Yep. Janet, as a girl, I was aware to be joy and happy. I was also told to go back in my cage. How do I turn around and clear the joy? Okay, cool. I love this question. There's something with Facebook, it doesn't allow me to see more. Cool. So everybody who's coming in with all of these, and thank you, Janet. Thank you so much. Oh, I got a heart on that. It's not about going back. It's not about going back. Wow, that was an interesting choice. That was cool. Everything you are right now, everything you're creating right now, this inquiry into awareness is because of everything that you've done and been and played and fucked and ate and drank and danced to right now, right? Don't go back. It's like, who am I today? And what grand and glorious adventure can I be, do, have, create, choose, instigate, instill, and be aware of, right? I'll have that. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Amara says hugs from, yep, never enough and never good enough. Again, we can always go back to everything that was. Hey, Victoria. It's about going forward. Like acknowledge, wow, so that's where I picked that up. Cool. You know, don't swim in the cesspool of what was, right? It's like, that was an interesting choice. Okay, not mine. Or, wow, cool for me for knowing the only way I could survive in that family, in that culture, in that business, in that bed was to be aware of what that other person required and be it for them. I don't have to do that anymore. Cool for me. I'm going to acknowledge my awareness and how I can shift and change this. Is this making sense to people? Let me see. I need to know. Is this making sense? Is this something you can am I giving you something to chew on to go home with? Let me know. Lori, if you're feeling their discomfort with lower barriers, work or energy flows, maybe both. Sure. You can't, Lori, thank you so much. Brilliant question. You can't change somebody else. Okay? You can't change somebody else's barriers. You can't change somebody's energy. You can't do anything like that. Right? So these are all tools. But if you've decided, and I'm not saying that's what you're saying, but just for everybody listening, Lori, thank you so much. If you decided, I'm going to flow energy at them, it's not working, I'm wrong, walk away, right? Walk away. Be you and change the world. Don't create somebody else and try to change their world so then it fits, you can fit in, right? There's all ways to play. Definitely energy flows, love them, right? Lower your barriers, right? You can't lower somebody else's barriers. You can be the space of space, and all of a sudden when, how many people actually come in contact with somebody who has no judgment? Sweet, right? Who has awareness? Yummy. Be that space, and all of a sudden they're like looking over their barriers going, oh, this is kind of new. I think I'll have some of this. I wonder what that could change. Yeah. Mary, never enough. Oh, yeah. Okay, just going through things here. Janet, I feel the punishment is still heavy in my world. That's a choice, honey. Okay? That's a choice. I feel the punishment. So here you are, this infinite being. It's a brand new day. It's like, who am I today? Oh, I'm going to stop and feel the punishment. Now, that's a choice, right? What's the awareness there? Right? Oh, what is this? Who does this belong to? That I have to stop and feel the punishment. Who does that belong to? Is that mine? Somebody else's? Is it creating the future that I've been asking for? We have so many Sunday Ask Susans. I think we have about 3 years of them on YouTube. I'll put the YouTube. Go through them, Janet. See what pops for you. There's a lot about being totally present. In this reality, you are rewarded for going into your past and slogging through it and figuring it out, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. Hey, if that works for you, go for it. Knock yourself out. For me, I'm like, I'm willing to ask the question. I'm willing to acknowledge what is. And I'm also asking, will this create the future? Will punishing myself in the past create the future that I'm asking for? Question. Lori, I feel their discomfort doesn't stress me out. No, it's not yours. Vanessa says, awesome. Yay. Sonia, I feel equals a choice. Thanks for the awareness. Thank you for your awareness. All right. Hey, Rebecca, welcome, welcome. Wow, this has been a big, juicy one. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Again, if you know of somebody who really needs to listen to this, tell them to come on in to Ask Susan. The more the merrier. I love your questions. I love what's going on here. Come on Facebook. Come back in with your questions. If you see this a couple of days later, and come on in. I check it every day. Jane, it's amazing to be aware of your own Rings on the water, yes. When you start choosing for yourself and they start to do it, absolutely. Again, I'm sorry, I can't see more. It doesn't, for sure, absolutely. You're the pebble that pops into the pond and you create the ripples. You know, you create the ripples. Can you imagine? I just got this, like, can you imagine a pebble holding itself before it drops into the pond because it has to deal with its past? Can you imagine birds getting up in the morning and saying, oh, I'm not singing today because I'm pissed off. Somebody cut down that tree yesterday. It's like we are living beings. I'm grateful for your rings, says Jane. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. We are living beings. That's our awareness. I wonder what this will create. That's an awareness. You know, are you willing to be in wonderment? Right? I wonder. I wonder what I'll be creating for the rest of the day. I wonder what this will create. What will this day add to me in my life and my living? It's about being present. It's about being present. It's about being in the presence of your awareness. Cool. Yay. Thank you so much. I adore you all. So grateful for these conversations. Come on into the Facebook. Keep the conversation going. Tell your friends. I wonder what we can create together. Rhonda, yes! Hey, Rhonda, how you doing, honey? Live boldly, love greatly, and be that fearless leader that you came here to be, right? Because the world needs more of you and more of your awarenesses and more of your joy and more of the way that you actually choose to be in the world, not less of you. See you next Sunday. Bye-bye.